Yo guys, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new video here today on the channel. Today, we're doing a $350 tackle unboxing. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so like I said, today we're doing a $350 tackle unboxing, and this is pretty much all of the tackle that I'm going to need for this entire fishing season. I lost a lot of baits last year, broke off, or just completely went through them, because I do go fishing a lot. So today, I've gotten all the baits to restock my entire fishing arsenal for the 2021 fishing season. So I'm pretty excited to unbox this, and I just want to say that this video is in no way a flex saying that I can buy this much tackle. I really appreciate that I am allowed to buy this, and I wanted to just show you this stuff so that maybe if you're just getting into bass fishing or you need ideas on stuff to buy for this upcoming fishing season, then maybe you can take some notes from the stuff that I get and the tips that I give. So yeah, let's get right into today's video. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over before we get into any of these boxes, the first thing I actually got was a new spinning rod and reel combo. My other one was pretty crusty. I've had it for quite a while now, and it was just getting a little bit rusty, a little bit old. So I went ahead and bought actually a pretty affordable spinning rod combo, and that is the Abu Garcia Vengeance spinning rod. This is a 7-foot medium fast action spinning rod. I've used it a few times and it seems pretty good. It's definitely pretty sensitive at the top, which is what you want. And then I have the Shimano Sedona 4000 sized reel, and a 4000 sized reel is a little bit bigger than what I'm normally using for bass fishing and what you're normally supposed to use for bass fishing. But this combo is what I use for really everything: bass fishing, catfishing, carp fishing, and really anything else. And I do really like that little bit more cranking power that you get from a 4000 size reel. And you can obviously fit some more line on it as well. I'm going to use this a lot. I've used it a few times already, but I might do a review on this in the future once I've have a pretty good opinion on it. But so far, it works really well. So let's get into the first one of these kind of boxes here that we have. Alright guys, so let's get into the first box. And before we get into it, all of the tackle that I got here was from shopkarls.com. And if you want to check out any of the stuff I bought, I will leave a link in the description below to Shop Karls where you can get any of these baits. I am a member, so I get 30% off. So it is a definitely a pretty good deal to be getting all of these baits. It would have cost a lot more if I wasn't a member. So let's get right into this first box right here. Alright guys, so right on the top of this box, we just have some pretty simple Googan baits, lunker logs. You're going to see a lot of Googan baits in this unboxing. And I really do like the Googan baits lineup that they have. Not only do I like the Googan Squad's videos, but I really do think their baits do work better than really any other brand that I've used, which is why I do buy a lot of them. So first we got some Googan baits lunker logs in a 5-inch in the cinnamon color. Actually caught my biggest bass of last year on this exact bait, so I had to stock up on them. Next, we've got the Googan Squad Revolver. I totally crushed this package when I got it, but the bait is absolutely fine. This is the Googan Squad's new kind of topwater, I guess you could call it kind of a whopper plopper style lure, kind of with a blade right there that's going to give a lot of commotion in the action. Just got it in a simple black color, which is pretty standard for a topwater bait. And I'm not going to be using this a whole lot right now, but when it comes to some of those late spring and summer months, I'm gonna be using this a lot. And a whopper plopper is one of my favorite baits, so I'm sure that this will get on some fish as well. The next three things we have in this package, I'm really excited about. That's going to be a few swim baits that I have not got the chance to use. You know, I don't throw swim baits a whole lot, but I do really enjoy fishing them. And at least last year in the spring, that was one of the best baits. That was one of the baits I caught the most fish on, was just that little swim bait. So I'm super excited to be unboxing a few of these here. So we got two Googan Squad contenders right here. The new Googan Squad's swim bait right here. Got both of them in the same little color right here. As you can see, one of them is a 7-inch and one of them is a 4.5-inch. Probably not going to throw the 7-inch a whole lot, but with a big profile like that, a lot of times in the spring, that can trigger some pretty massive bites. So I figured I'd get one. And then this one I'm super excited to throw. The smaller, the 4.5-inch contender. I'll actually take one of these out of the package. At least the big one is a pretty heavy bait. These hooks are super, super sharp, which is, I'm definitely glad they're sharp hooks, which you want on a swim bait like this. But you can just tell the time they put into this. I'm not exactly sure what material this bait is made out of, but it's definitely not like a cheap plastic. At least it doesn't have that feel to it. So I'm definitely super excited to use this because I don't throw swim baits a lot, but I do have a great time when I do end up tying them on to one of my rods. Alright, so the next couple baits we have in here are actually some more swim baits. Actually, we have some Googan Squad darts, little flukes. I don't throw flukes a whole lot, but I do throw them on the trailer for a chatterbait and occasionally a spinnerbait sometimes. I'm more of a paddle tail kind of guy, but flukes are obviously one of the best baits you can throw for bass. So I had to get a pack of these little 5-inch darts here. Next two baits are two other little swim baits that I'm super excited to use. The Mike Bucca Baby Bullgill and Baby Bull Shad. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know this bait right here, the Mike Bucca's Baby Bull Shad, in this color right here. I'm not sure the exact name of this color, but it's just pretty much a plain shad color. I caught so many fish in the spring last year, and some of my biggest fish of the year came on this swim bait like this. I actually ended up losing a fish that would have been one of my biggest fish ever on this bait. And I figured there are a lot of bluegill. That's probably the main forage around where I live. So why not get a baby bullgill in a little bluegill color? So I'm super excited to throw all these swim baits, those Googan Squad contenders, as well as these Mike Bucca baits, which are in collaboration with Catchco. So there's kind of my swim bait box. All came in the same little box there we got, as well as the darts and the topwater bait. And let's get into the next little box here. But I'm definitely super, super excited to throw some of those swim baits this year because they do get on some pretty big fish and they're super fun to throw. Alright, so the next box we got here is just kind of a mystery tackle box style box. And I've opened this one up, and this box right here has some absolute juice in it. Two of the baits in here are two of my favorite baits of all time. And one of those is going to be the finesse jig. I got a few of these in a few different colors. This is just a bluegill color, but I also got one, oh, that's a gridiron jig, but I also got some in some more kind of black and blue, and then as well as another black and blue there. I think I got one in a natural color as well. So I got a few little juicy jigs from the Googan Squad. These are finesse jigs, and if you guys have not thrown a jig, well, I really do like these finesse jigs. They're just so versatile. I can throw these with a swim bait on the back, swim it in, especially in some of those later summer months. That works really well, as well as just put a creature bait trailer on the back and hop these up off the bottom. Absolutely one of my favorite baits of all time, if not my favorite bait of all time. The little juicy jig, the finesse jig. To kind of pair up with that, oh, here's the little natural colored little juicy jig, but to pair up with that, you just got a couple gridiron jigs. These are your football head jigs. They're going to be a little bit bigger, just a little bigger profile in the water, and these are going to get on some bigger fish. I got them in a 3/8 ounce. I'm going to be able to do some long distance casts, throw these up on beds once that season comes, and these should get on some big fish. Again, just simply a natural color and a kind of black and blue, a little less natural for dirty water kind of color. Next, we got pretty simply just some 4/0 hooks right here. See, 4/0 EWG hooks. I completely ran through all of my 4/0 hooks, which is what I like use for Texas rigging creature baits, as well as weightless Texas rigging worms and other stuff like that. I'd say 4/0 is definitely my favorite size to use for really whatever you're throwing. Next, here we got a few lipless crankbaits. I did have a few lipless crankbaits. I ended up breaking off of pretty much all the lipless crankbaits I have in pretty much one day, so I need to get on a few more. Right here, I have the normal clutch in just a little shad pattern, and then I have two of these mini clutches. I got one in a craw pattern, which is probably my favorite color for a lipless crankbait, especially for this springtime. a craw pattern like that can get on some really big fish, as well as just another shad pattern one in a little bit smaller size. Then we got probably, again, some of my favorite baits. Probably my favorite topwater of all time. The popper. Got on one of my biggest fish ever on a popper like this. Just got it in a black color. I have a popper in a white color, but I wanted something that would be a contrast a little bit more if the sun's up a lot. So I got a little black colored popper. And these two baits right here are probably my two favorite hard baits of all time. That's just going to be the jerk bait. I have a junior scout as well as a regular size scout right here. These baits have absolutely destroyed fish for me really all year round. The only time I don't throw this is in really the late summer when there's too much grass to be throwing a bait like this. But really any other time of year, spring, fall, and especially winter, these baits absolutely destroy fish. Just got some pretty natural colors. Kind of a clear fluorescent with the blue, and then another kind of clear one with a little yellow bottom on there. This is a 4 to 6 foot diver, and this is a 3 to 5 foot diver. Two of my favorite baits of all time. And that's going to be the end of the second little box here. So let's get into the third and final box for our little Shop Karl's unboxing here. And let's get right into it. Alright guys, this is the third and final box. It probably has the most stuff in it. We've gone through a lot of my kind of hard baits, like you can see there, jerk baits, swim baits, jigs, and stuff like this. But this is going to have a lot of soft plastics. Right on the top, we just have a grassier jig, another jig in there. But pretty much other than that, this is going to be 100% soft plastics. Right on the top here, we got some swim baits. I go through these so quickly. I go through a couple a day, a pack of these every time I fish, pretty much, just because when you're fishing them on the back of a jig head and those fish are just swiping at it, they're going to get ripped up pretty easily. So we got just this 3.8-inch saucy swimmer, as well as 2 packs of a 3.3. I don't usually throw as big as the 4.8, which is why I didn't get any of those. But 3.3-inch like this, I got this just in like an electric shad color, and just a little bit more natural one right here. Got some green pumpkin and pearl. But if you've not thrown soft plastic swim baits, and I found they work especially well in the summer and the spring, as well as on the back of like a chatterbait or a spinner bait, really all year round. And these baits like this, especially the smaller size, these baits are going to get on a lot of fish, even in some of your smaller ponds, just throwing that on the back of a jig head. These are absolutely some of my favorite baits to throw all year round. And coming up on this spring fishing season, this pre-spawn season, on the back of like a chatterbait or a spinnerbait, these could do some serious work. So let's get into the next couple of baits here. And this bait right here probably single-handedly has caught more fish for me than all of the other baits combined, and that is the Googan Baits Slim Shake Worm, just a finesse worm. And this bait works so well. It's a standard finesse worm, whether you're throwing it on a wacky rig, a Texas rig, weighted or weightless, even like a Nico rig or a larger Ned rig, you could throw this on. And it just gets on so many fish. Next couple baits in here, I'm going to go a little bit faster now just because we have some duplicates in here. But we got a few packs of Kraken Craws right here. Again, one of my favorite baits. Goes super well with a bait like this, like the gridiron jig, as well as the finesse jig right here, the little juicy jig. I just got your pretty much standard color. I got a summer craw, which is a little bit more natural, kind of a chartreuse, a light chartreuse on the back with some green pumpkin, as well as a little bit more for dirty water. This is a blue baby, which is, again, one of my favorite colors, dirty water. And a lot of times on jigs, I'm cutting off some, probably 1 or 2 of these little slots on the back, and I'm threading it right up on the back of that jig. And absolutely one of the best baits for bed fishing, really, and really all year round. Next, we got some Mondo worms. I don't fish these a whole lot, but when I do, I really only fish them in the late kind of summer. I'm not a huge curly tail worm guy, so I just got 1 pack of the smaller and 1 pack of the larger 10-inch, and these are the 7.25-inch. But they can absolutely catch some fish. Like I said, I'm not a huge curly tail worm. I usually throw finesse worms or even just kind of Senko stick bait kind of lures, but these do absolutely get on fish. And I went through a couple packs of these last year just in August alone because that's when I'm throwing it a lot. So definitely a great bait there. Probably not going to be tying this on until the summer, but it's always good to have a couple packs of these just in case they're not eating the finesse worm. They want something with a little more action like this bait right here. Next in here, we got some of the junior trench hogs. I have some of the normal sized trench hogs, so I figured maybe a little smaller profile bait like this, and this looks super juicy. A smaller profile bait like this could get on some more fish for me. Next in here, we got some more lunker logs. The next bait we got in here are these Googan Squad topwater toads. I don't throw these a whole lot just because I do like the soft body frogs rather than the completely soft plastic toads. But on the back of a buzz bait, a bait like this is probably where I'm going to be throwing it the most. I just got the green pumpkin pearl, so I got kind of a darker color as well as a lighter color. So depending on which side I put this bait on the buzz bait, those fish will either see the darker or lighter color. So definitely a great bait. Probably going to be throwing this on the back of a buzz bait, like I said. And I should get on some big fish with this. Last couple baits here in the box. Let's shake them all out at once. Got some more Slim Shake worms. Just had to get another pack of these. These are in the green pumpkin pearl. The two colors for worms that I'm fishing 99% of the time is a watermelon red flake and a green pumpkin pearl. For creature baits, I go more towards the regular green pumpkin and a kind of blue baby or black and blue color. So just a little bit of what I use for different types of baits. Next in here, we have got 2 packs of dragon drops. I completely went through all of these over the past year of fishing, and it's absolutely one of the best baits to get on some fish. Drop shotting it, Ned rigging it, Nico rigging it, Wacky rigging it. Absolutely one of the best baits, just the smaller little worm type presentation here. And the last couple baits, it's going to be some duplicates of, again, one of my favorite baits of all time, and that's going to be the Googan Squad Bandido Bug. I got 1 pack of Googan Squad Bandido Bugs in green pumpkin, the regular size, but here we have 2 other packs of the kind of junior version of it, the 3.3 inch, rather than the 4-inch size. And this bait right here is going to work absolute wonders on the back of a finesse jig like this. Maybe get on some more numbers rather than some bigger fish. And most of the baits here are baits that I just needed to stock up on, and some of them, like these junior sizes, are just a little bit different than baits I have used, but I definitely wanted to get my hands on one. So yeah, that's going to be about it for this unboxing. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you hit it with a thumbs up. Like I said, if you want to pick up any of these baits that I just reviewed in this video, make sure to click the link in the description to go to Shop Karl's, as well as the Googan Squad website. We'll have a lot of these. I got this rod and reel combo on dicksportinggoods.com, so if you want to check that out, I know that they sell this combo there. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you put it in the comments below. I'm going to be posting a ton more fishing videos. The fishing videos are just starting up, so make sure you stay tuned for those. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm definitely going to have a fun time using all these baits that I got. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.